It's part of getting to where you want to be in life. You know, if you think it come easy, if you want to give up, I mean, it's very simple and easy to not do nothing. Because all you got to do is just sit and not do nothing. But if you want to get somewhere in life, you got to work and know that it's not easy.
Look at you being all wisdom indeed.
I got to, boo-boo.
Is that word?
You got to let them know what's up where it's at. You got to let them
what's
know.
up and where it's at.
Wisdom diddy.
Whatever. Hello, everyone. Tonight we're going to speak on a viewer's question. A father wants to know how to raise his teenage daughter. Stay tuned.
Okay, so basically we talking about a father that's raising a teenage daughter as a single father. I believe that he has to have an open line of communication with his daughter just because of the opposites of sex. And, you know, daughters need a woman figure in their life to teach them about the women things of life. But a man can also, you know, he can solicit information from his sisters maybe, or if he has any kind of females in his life, to fill that void in her life, to teach her about the age that she maybe start on her period, or, you know, how to keep yourself sanitized, you know, and to keep yourself clean. So those are things that the father can solicit information from other women in their life if they feel uncomfortable doing it. I just think that a father and a daughter's bond has always been strong, because I know a lot of daughters love their fathers, their daddy's girls. So I've seen it done, and I've seen some wonderful kids to grow up and be, you know, successful citizens raised by a single man. So I've definitely seen it done before. So my advice would be just to, you know, keep her rooted, take her to church, teach her everything about a man, because that's ultimately what she needs to know. She needs to know things about a woman also. But, you know, one day she's going to grow up and you want her to find a good man to find her. So just instill in her the good qualities of a good man, so she'll be able to know him when she's out there, you know, living in the world and she run across different men. So what do you guys think?
I think you touched on great 2 tips. The first one that you touched on was I always say utilizing resources. If you're a single father, you're raising a teenage daughter, utilize your resources of having older aunts, having positive female role models within the family. Because a man cannot teach a woman how to do certain things that we as women are supposed to do with it, bodily upkeep and stuff like that. Absolutely use your resources when you have family that's there to help you. Lean on the family for that type of stuff. Secondly, you touched on him being the epitome of a man towards his daughter. We all know our first love towards the opposite sex comes from our parents, thus being the father. We know how a man's supposed to treat a woman because how our daddy treats us. I think you touched on that. That's it in a nutshell. Teach your daughter how a man's supposed to treat her, and then utilize the family that you have around you as women to help, you know, guide her. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I agree. You want to go ahead? I agree too. And another thing is just in knowing how to raise. I mean, I think you don't have to be so strict, but you do need to be consistent, and you have to follow through with what you say, since you are just one person. raising her, and then you are male. Sometimes male tends to be a little lenient on the daughters, so you gotta mean what you say and say what you mean, especially when it comes to teenagers, because teenagers are trying to run circles around. But you gotta realize I've been there before, but you just haven't been there before as a female. So you have to make sure that you stay firm in what you say. If she does something that she's not supposed to do and you tell her that she can't do something, you have to stick firm to that. And then when she does something that's wonderful, you reward her for it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? And don't break her heart.
Ugh.
You know, you're the first person that's teaching her about love. So don't break her heart, because that's going to start open up a whole can of other things and issues that she's going to have. Yes, with
daddy
men.
issues.
So be that role model. You're not perfect. Neither are the females, but that's single mothers. But being a single male, you're going to have to take that extra step in making sure that your daughter feels secure, and that she, you know what I'm saying, she keeps her self-esteem up. And you're going to have to be the person to say, you know, you're beautiful, and you know, you can do anything you want. You got just things that a daughter needs to hear from her father, to let her know that when she gets out there and get in the world, this is the guy. Okay, if you can't do what my dad did for me or more, then I can't be with you. And she'll stick to that.
That's the example.
So yeah. And by the way, whoever you are, I commend you, because it's a lot of guys just let them go by the wayside.
Yes, honey.
So I do commend you for doing it, stepping up to the plate.
And I always tell your daughters that they're beautiful. Let them hear that from you every day. You always build them up and you tell them they're beautiful, and they're going to grow up to be a wonderful woman, and they'll make some man happy one day.
And
build them up. Yeah, you instill that in their head, so they'll remember those words. So when they do get out here in the world, and those men that's, you know, may not be the man for them, give them that line, well, you're beautiful, you're beautiful.
You know, that's so much.
You know you're
beautiful.
I am. Not to say it in a conceited way, but you know, most men are just out just to get what they can from a young female. 9 times out of 10, I can count on one hand how many men are really serious about them when they see a young, beautiful female. So with that role model, that father-like figure in your life, it does make a difference, because I know some girls that didn't have that father-like figure, and they had problems with men. They had problems with men making a fool out of them, trusting men. They believe everything that they say and not looking at the actions. So I just think you guys can make it. You can make it. You can teach your daughter, you know, how to conduct herself. Teach your daughter what a good man looks for in a woman, so she can become that woman. And you just keep her rooted. Keep her rooted. And I always tell her you love her every day, and tell her she's beautiful.
And that's what I think a lot of these young girls are missing now in societies, is these male figures that's actually within the families not speaking up and letting them know their worth. Letting them know you're beautiful. Because the moment we as females, and I went through it myself, have a moment of not knowing your self-worth, you'll accept any old company. When you know what good is, you can definitely identify the bad. And these men have to tell these young women that you are beautiful, you are a queen, you are worth it. Your love does not come simple. Someone has to earn that. And like you said, a father has to be able to gain their child's trust, and she has to believe in him, and she has to know from him firsthand, you are a queen. You should be treated as such. And we learn that like from these dads. We need a lot more men and period uncles and all of that. When they see they see these little girls welcoming as such. Hey, little queen, you know you gorgeous. You know you worth it. God love you and I love you. I know I love my daddy. He let me know I was awesome, honey.
And also, adding on to what you all said, I honestly feel like for a father to be raising a teenage daughter on his own, I feel like he needs to show her how to be a woman. And you know, the saying is, it takes a village to raise one child. I'm pretty sure that he's dating, and I feel like he needs to be careful in who he dates, you know, so that woman will be able to help teach her how a woman should be treated. So I feel like, you know, first off, go on date nights with your daughter. Show your daughter how it feels to go on a date, or, you know, go to the movies, or just spend a little quality time together. I also feel like that helps as well, with her growing up, and she'll be used to like, okay, well, my daddy took me on dates, my daddy we went on vacation, this how it's supposed to be, because my dad did it. And that's basically it. But I also feel like it's highly important to choose wisely in who you date, the woman you choose to date, because you want her to be that positive influence on your daughter. You don't want her leading her or teaching her the wrong information, so she can become confused. We not about confusion.
Right, so, because you have to look at what daddy attracted to. That might be okay. I saw that too.
Exactly.
As a child, what my daddy was attracted to. Because that's my king. If he like it, that must be okay. You're absolutely right. You got to be careful when you bring around.
You have to be careful with that, because you don't want the woman coming in and treating him, the father, in the type of, oh, okay, well, is that how I supposed to do? Is that how I supposed to do my? Not saying it's gonna be perfect. Nothing's perfect, but you want to choose wisely. Yeah. Choose your battles wisely. That's basically it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My significant other, he raised his kids. And he had 2 sons and a daughter. The daughter was the oldest. So I listened to the stories that he told me and how he raised her. And pretty much he would open the door for his daughter. And he still opens the door for my daughter. And that's something my daughter is not used to. And he looks at her. When he walks around to the car to open the door, she's already opened the door. But he'll just stand still where he's at and look at her like, what are you doing? You moving so fast, you're not allowing this man
to be a man.
He's teaching her, so she sees how he opens up the door for me. So I just use that example because if you're a single dad and you do that with your daughter, then when she grows up and she gets out there with these different men and they just hop out the car and they go in the restaurant and let the door swing in her face, that's the sign. Oh no, those are red flags. And she'll be able to say, well, if it's like this is not what I'm looking for.
That's right, because that's not what she's used to.
That's not what she's used to. So her standards will be a little higher or just on another level.
Set.
I won't gauge them.
Set.
Yes, they'll be set. And she'll know what she's used to, what she's acquainted to, and that's what she'll settle for. Not anything less. Right. So it could definitely be done. I would love to solicit information from him. He couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately, because he would have been the perfect man to ask how did you, a single dad raising a daughter. He could really give us some insight on that. But we're going to take a call from a man that did raise a teenage daughter as a single parent and solicit some feedback from him. We had a viewer that wanted some information on, he's a male and he's single and he's raising a daughter, a teenage daughter. So I know you raised a teenage daughter as a single parent, and we were just soliciting information. So can you give us some feedback on the perks of being a single father raising a teenage daughter?
Well, it's not easy at all. You have to build their confidence up, because you have to get their trust. You have to give them freedom so that, once they do get out, they're not buck wild. And you got to spend a lot of time with them. You got to talk to them a lot. Like I said, it's more about, trust, because then once you got their trust, then they'll share pretty much everything in their life. And, and just guide them in the right way, whatever they're interested in. And, you promote that. Keep them focused, and, they'll be all right.
So as far as punishment and discipline, when your teenage daughter or your teenage child act up or did something that was inappropriate and it was time to punish her, can you speak on that and tell us what it was that you did to get her back in line?
Well, I remove all her privileges. That's the first thing. Anything she was interested in, I remove her from it. And that seemed to get my daughter's attention. Cell phones, she was on the dance team. She couldn't dance no more. I had to talk to her whatever you call it,
coach.
dance team. Well, I had to talk to them and let them know why, But she wasn't off the team. I took her off the team for a little while just to get her attention. You have to really get their attention, because there's so much going on in the world today that pulls them away from focus.
women, were you careful in the selection of women that you had your daughter exposed to?
Yes, you have to. You have to keep all that stuff away from the kids. You know, I was only seeing one woman at the time, but you know, I didn't bring a lot of people around to my house. I didn't do a lot of that. You know, you gotta lead by example. You know, you can tell your kids to do this. You know, if you're not doing it, then they're not going to do it. So you got to lead by example.
Can I ask? Mm-hmm. How did you touch on teaching her how to be personable with herself, as far as, did you ever have to encounter doing anything with her as far as her first menstrual or anything like that, or dealing with making sure she has her sweet smelling perfumes and stuff like that? How did you talk to her about that type of stuff, personal stuff?
Well, I don't know a lot about the female anatomy. I do know a little bit, but I let her do that herself. You know, go shopping, and she would buy her own personal needs stuff, and she bought a perfume she liked. You know, I directed her that way. But you know, all I could do is tell her to keep herself clean. You know, and when it's time to go see the doctor, I took her to the doctor. But you know, I gave her that freedom to do that herself, and that kept, like I said, by letting her go out and letting her get some freedom. You know, I kind of put her in a position to be her own self. So now you're gonna have to do this, you know, for the rest of your life. So, you know, I gave her the keys to that. You know,
that's
so
not, you gotta set her own boundaries, for herself.
I let her pick out what she liked. You know, and same thing with the toiletry needs and everything else. You know, I let her be a lady.
Well, how did she learn it? Just how did she learn about all this?
Did you have like family members, female family members, that could teach her?
I got a sister and I got a brother. You know, they all gave, you know, good input, but both.
So that's what comes to resources.
At the teenager's age, she pretty much knows what's going on with her body, and you know, like I said, I let her take care of herself.
Was your mother and sister a strong influence on helping you with her?
Sure. Moral values and, you know, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
Well,
they played a part.
I have a question.
I made his hair. I used to do, like I said, you got to really, really get close to your kids and, you know, so they can trust you, because a lot of people, or a lot of adults, you know, they seem to go off on one end or the other. But if you just, you know, put a little patience in there and listen to them, you know, you can discipline them and however you decide to do that. But at the same time, just listen, just so you can get their perspective of things, and then try to give them a better understanding of what's really going on. Because kids seem to take one thing and run to another thing. They think everything new to them is new to you. And so you just got to try to kind of guide them across all the pitfalls.
Well, I have a question. Because we do understand that we, as parents, is not our kids' only influence. Like, they will grow up and go into the world and be around other people. How did you go about, like, disciplining her and, like, telling her no sometimes? Because I know it was times where you told her no and she probably took it a hard way, probably as a heartbreak. Not necessarily a heartbreak, but how did you go about doing it? Like, was it easy for you to tell her no, or how did it go?
No, all that revolves around her and her activities. Now, if she's taking care of herself and she's doing all her chores as grades are acceptable, then there wasn't too much I could say no about, because she was doing what she was supposed to do, and that's part of that, giving them that freedom. You know, once you see that they're focused and they they're not involved in all this nonsense. They're not involved in all this BS, and they're focused. They're doing what you're asking them to do, and then you give them
so much.
Yes.
And you did a wonderful job. Sounds like you got a grasp of it and you handled it.
Yeah, we commend you for that. Thank you so much for your time. You have a blessed night, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night, y'all.
Good
Good night.
That was some.
So there you have it.
Stuff,
Mister with the teenage daughter, and you're doing it on your own. Shout outs to you. You heard it firsthand from one of our guy audience. They were called, wanted to touch bases with him, and we got that information
He
from him.
touched it.
And I think, you can, who better to tell it than another man? So, if y'all have any additional comments, anything that y'all want to add in, please put it down below in the comments. We welcome all. It doesn't matter. Until next time, peace, love, and what?
Yes, bro.
Hair grease. We love y'all. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
I don't wanna know.
Hello, everyone. Tonight we're gonna speak on a viewer's question. A father would like to know how to raise his daughter. Stay tuned.
What you
I don't think I need to say.
How to raise his teenage daughter. Do it again.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you, but it was cute. Teenage daughter, Sharon. That's gonna be a blooper. She gonna be mad at me, please. What?
Come on, Sharon, do it over.
Hello, everyone. Tonight we're gonna speak on a viewer's question. Okay.
Look, they messed up your concentration.
Okay, a father wants to know how to raise his teenage daughter. Okay.
You gonna get toe up, go get some viral.
Shine out my face. How y'all keep y'all makeup matte and not shine? Cause I got oily skin. Y'all makeup don't never shine.
Finish the spray.
You want some?
I'm okay now. I'm okay now.
Hey, you want
This is for future reference.
You got oil skin.
It's a combination of both sometimes. If I put on the matte makeup, then I look
I got your
dead.
nails.
You look makeup like you.
Look dead. It don't settle right. I'm in between. I'm a combination.
I got combination.
Not
I
your
don't buy expensive makeup, but I might need to invest in it.
$10
Or that or either
Who
No,
you
you
a
gotta
matte
give me
girl?
$10
I
back
got all
for
of them. I got
I
Mac,
bought
I
some
got
from
Bobby
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
They can't pray for
You
you.
got NARS.
And
I
then
had that set. It's bumpy.
She said, "Bring your glue."
In my in the car.
Go over just
In my car. In my Dollar General bag.
you me?
I need somebody to go. I need you to go get your glue.
You want it right now?
It's good.
nail glue don't work. It's gonna make your
You want to
nails
put
pop
your
off.
nails on?
She's got some more kind.
Crazy glue?
In the
What you
car,
call it?
son. Loctite.
Loctite
You
glue.
want to put it on before we start?
Hey, what I get?
Can I?
Tell her to bring my iPhone
You
out
hold
to
up
recently.
for me.
Call my
Bring my iPhone out to It's on the charge.
It's so perfect with your shoe, girl. I think you had them toes. Huh?
Fruity candy.
Excuse me.
So you had that on your right. Okay. And then the left, just a little bit, got a little flat away. Okay.
So what the
I'm
top
ready,
is
Mr.
again?
What's this time?
This is about dad who was raising his teenage daughter, and he wanted advice.
He want advice on how to raise.
Oh, Jesus.
What did
That's
Celia
hard.
say?
Beat her. I can't say what
I'm just joking.
I want to say. We recording.
Right there.
She said beat her.
You know, but you did.
Oh,
Have me on tummy control, everybody.
You
This
come on.
pooch ain't camera friendly.
It ain't no food candy on top of the refrigerator, it's just chocolate.
What,
It's a
husband?
bag of
Hello.
nerds like candy in a pink bag. That's the bag.
Oh, look
Like,
at that
I'm gonna
cat.
turn
Lemon heads and stuff.
Hey, bring me a lemon head. Thank you.
Okay.
You better hope she heard you.
gosh.
Or she wanted you. These kids got selective hearing.
Yeah, you sure do.
Yeah, I got Sebastian hearing check. That's what the nurse said. She said it's selective. It's fine.
Tammy, pull up a little bit on the right side. It looks a little tricky. Pull it, no, just pull it up.
Trying to figure out which right.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Hello?
It's not your titties are crooked, the fabric. There you go.
Ashley Rose said he needs you to let his mama out.
Yeah, that's what I'm over here for.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you
Here she come. Kidney had just told her. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna come that out.
It's
She coming now.
I could have avoided you.
You cannot drive nothing for nobody. You can't drive the boat, honey. Sit
You
down.
look just like him.
Do it. I see it as they get older. I still find it fascinating that somebody that's so different looks like me.
What's it about?
What's the topic?
I don't want to introduce this because I can't tell them what to do.
That's hard. I'm gonna say that. That's my.
We need some
Oh, well,
talk about that.
a man raising a
This topic is a viewer question. Somebody should say viewer question.
of what?
Viewer
viewer.
question.
Viewer question.
A viewer's question.
The father wants to know how to raise his teenage daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who
I'm gonna
doing
get
it?
that hand
Introduce
up
it.
first.
This is a viewer's question.
Yes, you
we're going
do.
to speak about, the father. He wants to know how do he raise his daughter. Stay tuned. Let's get it.
Hey!
Like money.
You ready? You gonna do it?
She said she ain't see the candy.
Do it again.
She ain't see the candy.
Golly.
I looked on top of the refrigerator and everything, cabinets. It didn't know the chocolate M&M stuff up there on top of the refrigerator.
Well,
I stepped in the chair and looked at that. So it
Oh man, she look good, huh?
what do you know? Okay. You're free to go. Go ahead.
Well, forget it. I'm going home. I watched my wife make 30 minutes.
Okay, come on, shit.
Let her go upstairs first.
Quiet on the set.
I don't want to know.
Hello, everyone. Tonight, we're going to speak on a viewer's question. A father would like to know how to raise his daughter. Stay tuned. I don't think I need to say
What y'all
How to
laughing at?
raise his teenage daughter. Do it again.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you, but it was cute. Teenage daughter, Sharon. That's going to be a blooper. She going to be mad at me, please. What?
Come on, Sharon, do it over.
Hello, everyone. Tonight, we're going to speak on a viewer's question. Okay.
Let me mess up your concentration.
Okay,
That's
a
me
father
for you,
wants to
sorry.
know how to raise his teenage daughter. Okay. Hello, everyone. Tonight we're going to speak on a viewer's question. A father wants to know how to raise his teenage daughter. Stay tuned.
Okay, start again.
Hey, shout close, Mahogany.
Look at me, I'm writing notes. Take 1 minute.
She over there right there. She's like,
Teach her women empowerment.
Mahogany.
you want to be
We recording and y'all too loud.
What you say?
Turn the TV down and close the door.
Teach
Is that
the
what's still
daughter
wrong?
to be strong as a woman.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah, because like I can relate. My stepdad was my dad, so yes, he was everything book wise what a man should be. But my daddy never really showed me like how I'm supposed to be treated as a woman. So I struggled with biological father issues. Like, damn, my daddy left us. But yeah, I have this man who I see as my father, and I see how he take care of my mother. But where's that love for me? So I realize now as an adult and how I've been through different situations, when my father came in and it was like, okay, I gave you the books you needed to succeed in life. I packed your suitcase. What are you doing with it? You picked this man who doesn't do the things I do for your mom. Yeah, but hell, I didn't know you was doing this shit for my mama till I became grown. So empower your young queens. Let them know this is what I do for this family. This is what you need to seek for in a man.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
you. That's you.
Yeah, because I was going to say, what does he do?
Right.
When you get ready to bring a woman into his life.
I was going to speak on
You know what I'm
that.
saying? So that I was going to say, yeah.
That's why I don't know how to date. My daddy never took me out on a date. He didn't show me what a man's supposed to treat me on a date.
And
I
that's why
saw
they
that
go
shit
dad
from the
daddy all
streets
time.
and from what I saw on
Ooh,
TV.
touch on that one, dad doing that.
And
Yeah.
then have to learn your lesson.
You having to learn. So show her what a man is supposed to be.
Okay. Hello, guys. We have some exciting news.
Yes.
Okay, Kirk sisters. So we have a okay, start over. Fuck it. But look, damn, can't talk.
Rasheed Smith. Who found it?
That's tape on problem.
I just need to wear stop.
I'm coming for you.
Okay,
You gotta sit
ready?
down.
I'm going to turn it on.
Ready?
Yeah.
Action.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
We are the Kirk sisters, and we have some very exciting news. We have a new wine that's going to be launched really soon. So shout out to Shoe Crazy Wine. We have 2 different flavors that you'll be able to choose from. The first flavor will be called
Baru.
and it's 20% alcohol. So it's going to be really great.
Amen.
And the second flavor will be called Southern Belle.
Alright.
So look forward to that. Stay tuned. You have to get you, and it tastes very delicious. So shout out to Shoe Crazy Wine, and look forward to our 2 new wines that will be available soon. And you can get it worldwide. Shoe Crazy Wine, Varu, and Southern Belle. Thank you. We're so
Good
excited.
night.
Toast.